1950 Ford was offered in two models with two different trim options. Deluxe was entry-level trim and it could be had in either 6 or V8. Deluxe models got rubber around the window moldings, horn button without the ring, one sun visor, and an armrest for the driver's door only. The highest trim level was called the Custom Deluxe, offered both engines as separate models as well. So you had the 6 and the V8. Custom Deluxe models got bright window moldings, bright horn ring, two sun visors, armrests on all of the doors, passenger assist straps, and more bright trim in general. All new for 1950 Ford was the Crestliner, Ford's answer to the Chevy Bel Air. But it's worth pointing out that Ford did not have a hardtop offering at this point in time. That would come in 1951 and it would be called the Victoria. The Crestliner was only available in custom deluxe trim, and according to the 1946 through 1975 standard catalog, it was only available with a V8 engine. It was Ford's halo car, so to speak. The Crestliner only came in one body style, two-door, six-passenger club coupe. The Custom Deluxe could also be had in such body styles as four-door, six-passenger sedan, two-door, six-passenger sedan, two-door club coupe, two-door, six-passenger convertible, which also interesting to point out, the convertibles only got the V8 power plant as well, and two-door, six-passenger wagon. What set the Crestliner apart from the average two-door custom deluxe club coupe was the Crestliner had two-tone paint colors and a vinyl roof. It also featured full wheel covers, extra trim to separate the different colors, and a special steering wheel. The Crestliner was the first Ford product to have an actual name, even though it technically resides under the Custom Deluxe series. It's a start, right? It all starts somewhere, and this is where it starts for Ford. Some useless trivia if you ever get asked. Ford Crescent. I keep calling it Crestliner, but it's Crestliner was the first standalone model, I suppose. But that doesn't come until a couple years later. 1949, 1950, and 1951 are often called the shoebox Fords for their slab side and curviness, which kind of sort of looked like shoeboxes. Hence the name. They were the first full-size Fords that were designed post-war without being facelifted. The 49 Ford was the very first Ford car designed and built after both Henry Ford's son Edsel and Henry Ford Sr. passed away. The 1950 was more or less a carryover design, but there are some key differences worth pointing out, so let's compare. 49 on top, 50 on the bottom, starting in the front. And I know some people are going to say that this is an apples to oranges comparison because Ford didn't have the Crestliner in 1949, but so this could be a comparison between two different club coupes, and you can see what's different, but there are differences between the years as well. So 1949, Custom Deluxe on top, 1950, Custom Deluxe Crestliner on the bottom, starting in the front. As you can see, both of these body shells are the same, but there are some key differences worth pointing out. It looks like the bumpers have been revised as well as overriders have also been revised. There is a Ford shield / crest on the nose of the car on the 50 that isn't found on the 49. Both of the mascots or hood ornaments or sights, as some people call them, look to be about the same. The 50 has added bright work in the front fascia that the 49 doesn't have, especially down there where the turn signal indicators are. You can also see how much of a difference the two-tone adds to the overall appearance of the 59 Crestliner. It makes it look like such a more appointed car, just with those trim pieces and the color. It's interesting. Moving to the side profile. Isn't it amazing what wheel covers and two-tone colors will do to a car's appearance? It's very interesting. As you can see on the 50 Crestliner, it has the vinyl roof and the scalloped, I don't know what you would call that paint scheme. Bugatti did it a lot in the 20s and 30s, but it has that dark brown that correlates with the vinyl roof, and then it's like a rose gold. It looks absolutely incredible. The 49 doesn't have that, but it's the same body shape. Both cars have vent windows, both front and back, which I think is a super classy touch. The Crestliner has more of a door pad that the 49 doesn't have. Gas filler location has changed, and it's also different. There's a door on the 50 versus just a protruding gas cap on the 49. Moving to the rear. Wait. A couple more things. The Crestliner has fender skirts that have these nice bead bars on them. It also has rocker trim that isn't found on the 49. Now moving to the rear profile, as you can see, back glass is about the same. The only difference really is that vinyl roof and the bright work that goes around the edges of the vinyl roof. Both cars have external trunk hinges. Both cars have horizontal brake lights. The Crescent, I don't know why I keep calling it that, Crestliner has backup lights. The bumpers are also revised. There's also a Ford shield on the deck lid of the 1950, and right above the license plate where the trunk mechanism is, that has been revised. It's painted on the Crestliner versus bright on the 49 Ford. Jumping inside to take a look at the dash and interior situation, which there are similarities. A lot of it is the same. It's got the same dashboard layout and everything, but the gauge cluster binnacle has changed, as well as it has a different steering wheel. Which one do you like better? I just wanted to come in here real quick and say welcome to what it's like. This channel is made by an automotive enthusiast for automotive enthusiasts. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I just dig older, weird cars and try to cover cars not often talked about or covered anywhere else. This is so much more than a car channel. This is a car community that I am very much a part of. If any of that sounds of interest to you, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. Let's talk specs. 196.6 inches long, 72.8 inches wide. It rides a wheelbase of 114 inches. It weighs 3,220 pounds. Price, $1,711, which would be equivalent to you spending $22,822.68 in the year 2025. Total 1950 Ford production was 818,371 units, of which I found conflicting information between two different books that I have. The standard catalog from 1946 through 1975 says that there was 8,703 Crestliners produced in 1950, but it also gives the same number for 1951. But I checked another book, the Complete Book of Collectible Cars, Blue Chip Auto Investments from 1930 to 2000, and they have 17,601. So the correct answer is somewhere between, right? Because that kind of seems a little bit high. Anyway, moving on to engine, only one engine on offer for this car, and that was the 239 cubic inch displacement flathead V8. 3.9 liters. It's good for 100 horsepower at 3,600 RPM, 181 pound-feet, or 245 newton meters around 1,800 RPM, with a bore of 3.19 inches and a stroke of 375 inches. Compression is 6.8 to 1 with 3 main bearings. When backed with a 3-speed manual transmission, 0 to 60 could be had in 17.2 seconds. Theoretical top speed of anywhere between 85 to 90 miles per hour, while achieving an average of 13 to 15.5-ish miles to the gallon. Mileage may vary depending on many different factors like elevation, all this other stuff. Just take this information with a grain of salt. I found this 1950 Ford Crestliner at Classic Auto Mall out in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, where they got this car. And they got at least 800 cars currently for sale when recording this episode. Anybody can go peruse their inventory, whether that be online or in person. It is definitely worth going there and seeing these cars in person, because every day is like an indoor car show day. They got something there for everybody. So to get the full scoop on this car, to see more pictures, pricing, be sure to click the link below after the show. Also, if you've been toying around with the idea of maybe parting with your special car, consider selling it at Classic Auto Mall. We both know that selling your car could be kind of a pain. All of the different things that you have to deal with. You have to find some place to market it. You got to advertise it. You got to deal with the tire kickers. You got to deal with the joyriders. You gotta deal with people like me that find it on Facebook Marketplace and want to do a video on it. With consigning it through Classic Auto Mall, you don't have to deal with any of that. They take care of all of that for you. Plus, they have shipping available so anybody in the world can buy your car. So, to find out more about their consignment program, be sure to click the link below after the show and be sure to tell them Jay from What It's Like sent you there. Let's talk styling on this car, starting with the bumpers down here. Notice the bolt holes. Also, all of this bright trim here. It's painted. Turn signal indicators. The bumpers do have overriders and or bumperettes, which have these nice grooves in them for detail. Massive headlights with nice bright trim around. Ford crest with center line going up towards the Ford mascot. It's got a bright center line going back towards the split windshield with windshield wipers that come together. Absolutely love the color on this one. It's beautifully two-toned. It's got this like rose gold color on top and then this brown color here. The fenders are just rolled. This car has rocker trim. She's got these Ford wheel covers. Crestliner. Nice bright there. Notice the trim that separates the two colors. This car doesn't have an external cowl, but just notice how petite these windshield wipers are. Bright trim around the windshield. The mirror is mounted to the door itself, and just look at how it's mounted. Also look at how it's designed. Drip rails that start at the base, and they run the length of the cabin whole way down. This car has a vinyl top, which is super nice. It's got fender skirts, which have 3 bead lines. Check this out. Gas filler is on the driver's side. Man, look at those brake lights. How cool. I love how this part here protrudes the rest of the bodywork and comes into this horizontal brake light. This car has backup lights. The back bumpers are different than the front bumpers, but they both have bolt holes just like the front ones. Overriders are in a different spot, but they mimic the front design. It's got a single piece of back glass. Notice the hinges for the trunk are external. Getting inside, but before we do, just take a look at all of the different details going on with this door handle as well as door pad. Also notice all of the texturized effect right here. This is the key if you decide to lock your car. And this door opens up 90 degrees to allow plenty of access into your car. It's all framed out. Just look at all of the different materials and designs going on with that door panel itself. It's like a cloth material. No, you would think it would be a cloth material, but it's all vinyl. It's just patterned and designed differently, with bright bars separating it. Armrest, as well as door handle to pull the door shut, door handle to get out, window crank for the big window, which operates like this. You got a vent window here. Look at the door sill. Nicely carpeted. Coming down inside the pedal box down here, you have the high beam switch, clutch, brake, gas pedal, hand brake, as well as hood release. Just take a gander at this interior. Here's what over the hood would look like. Here's what first person over the hood would look like. On then to the button switches and knobs, starter button, headlights, windshield wipers. All of the gauges are in a single pod starting at the bottom left. Coolant temperature. The bottom has the turn signal indicators for both left and right. Bottom right, amp meter. Top right, oil pressure. Top left, gasoline gauge. 100 mile per hour speedometer in the center as a gauge. Odometer is just below the needle. Key, choke, cigarette lighter, AM radio, clock, and interior lights. Up above, there are sun visors. They look like this. Daytime, nighttime rear view mirror and center. It has that feature there. Another rear view mirror over here for the, yes, not a rear view mirror, but this is a sun visor for the passenger. Oh man, the interior in this car is incredible. Actually, this car in general is just incredible. I mean, look at these seats. On to the glove box test. Here's our test subject. Here is my hand for reference. My hand is 7.5 inches long, just to give you scale of how big this camera is. Here is the glove box in question. So it kind of fits in the hole, but it's not going to clear the hole because of the hot shoe sticks up too far, so it does not fit in this glove box, unfortunately. There is an ashtray here, which slides out. The back of the seats, it feels like a vinyl material. Really nice vinyl material. And the seat pivots out of your way to allow plenty of access into the rear compartment. Before getting back there, just notice it's all one level. It's not tubbed out or channeled. And the transmission tunnel is very small. I left the door open because I don't want to get stuck back here, but this is what the front looks like from the back. Let's take a quick gander at the greenhouse, or the pillar to glass ratio. It's pretty nice in this car. Nice and airy. That's what visibility looks like out the back from the back seat. There is a nice big parcel shelf back there. Let's talk creature comforts. Starting with the seat back profile. It is reclined. The bench is not that wide, so you got tons of space back here. I'm 6'2". I almost got 5.5 inches of space between my knee and the back of the seat. So if you have full-grown people and you're planning on bringing this car to a car show, you could definitely do that. There's lots of space. There is an armrest back here. Windows do go down. Operate like this. The windows go all the way down in the back. This one has vent windows in the back also, a really nice classy feature, as well as a nice light there. There's actually lights on both sides. There's light there and there's a light there, as well as grab handles to hold on to. There aren't any coat hooks though. And nothing in the center. There are ashtrays in the panels themselves on both sides. Coming to the under the hood section, we already released it from the hood release on the inside. There is a secondary catch in the form of this little pin J-hook thing, and you push it away from you. This one's got the Ford flathead V8 that sits way down inside there. 2-belt system, generator, distributor is in the front, 6-volt battery. It's got the partial oil flow filter there outside the block oil filtration. Over there is all of the fresh air vent, which goes to the heater box. On the positive side, very nice post-war styling, said to be great driving cars, cool unit pod dash. I also dig the use of two-tone colors. Against it, these can rust. Not a true hardtop like the Bel Air. Some Crestliner specific trim parts may be hard to get. Alright, now it's time for Would You Rather. 2 scenarios today. In the first scenario, would you rather have a 1950 Plymouth Special Deluxe or 1950 Ford Crestliner or 1950 Chevy Bel Air? I'm going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. On to the second scenario, 1950 Studebaker Starlight Coupe or 1950 Ford Crestliner or 1950 Rambler. Once again, gonna leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Before getting to name that tune, what do you guys think of the shoebox Fords? Me and Blaze were talking about different eras of different Fords, and which one do you guys prefer in the 50s? Do you prefer the shoebox Fords? Do you prefer the ones that come after that, like the 52 through 54 Fords? Or do you prefer the Fords from 55 through 56? Or do you prefer the Fords that got bigger from 57 through 59? Blaze totally digs the shoebox Fords. My favorite era of Ford is 52 through 54. What is your favorite 50s Ford era in the comment section below? Now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to give both the name of the band and the song title correctly in the comment section, that's key, will have their comment pinned to the top of it. So, a little bit of a story with that song. My grandpa actually died twice. He died once dancing to that song in a club in South Carolina, and according to medical science, if you die and you're dead without oxygen for 16 minutes, you're clinically brain dead. But he died for 16 minutes, talked about what it was like on the other side, said it wasn't his choice to come back. And it's a really cool story. Maybe I'll tell it on here one day. I told him I'd help him share his story, but he always told me that it's something that he had to do. He died for real in 2005, and there isn't a day that goes by that I don't think of him. He definitely was a character, and he made me the man that I am today. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this one. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below, or you can always send me an email at what_its_like@yahoo.com. If you have a car in your personal collection and you would love to see it featured on this channel, please reach out to me and we'll get together and make it happen. Until next time, toodaloo! Welcome to the after show. This part of the video doesn't have any sound or commentary, but it gives you the opportunity to see this ride in its entirety without a bloke talking about parts that you can see with your own eyes. What was the other dig? Oh yeah, armchair historian. Yes, somebody called me an armchair historian. Absolutely, whatever. Some people's children, right? Anyway, enjoy.